and everyone in between. Welcome back to the Janky Planeswalker. We're going to get back today to continue to open a few more packs of Dominaria United. We'll do the same as we did last video. We're going to open these up for the first half and just kind of see what we got. And then in the second half, we'll explore if there's anything that I can fit into any of my decks, either current or being updated or something that I may be building in the future. So, wish me luck. Let's get started here. Alright. Starting out with an art card. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, I'll keep that out of the way there. Okay. We'll get going with mountains here. Nothing fancy about that. Extinguish the light. Let's see. That's a common. We'll go through our commons here. Academy Wall. Let's get these somewhere where you can actually see them. Clockwork Drawbridge. You guys know how I like my defenders. Floriferous Wall. Another common here. Twinferno, a 2/2 instant. Now we're getting into our uncommons. Ooh, we're back in the Hurloon area. Hurloon Battleham. Oh, it's not terrible. Yeah, we're starting to get colorful here. Another potential commander. Najal. Got a fancy stained glass of an uncommon. Elas Eel. Oh, really? Another fancy one. Okay, Balmor. We got a fair amount of legendaries coming out of this pack here. Astor, Bearer of Blades. Let's see. 4/4 legendary human warrior for 4. When he TBs, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal an equipment or vehicle card from among them and put them in your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library. Alright, this could see some play. Fancy common wall. And, oh sweet, we got a list card here. Tapestry of the Ages. To artifact for 4, you can pay 2 and tap it to draw a card. Activate this ability only if you've cast a non-creature spell on this turn. Seems like that wouldn't be too hard to do in several decks. Alright, so that was our first pack. Nothing out of this world, but you know, there's some stuff here that is totally usable. Okay. Moving on. Another art card here. Again, fancy. He's just off frame. Alright. There's another mountain to keep that other one company. Snare Spinner, 3/1 creature spider for 2 with reach. Whenever it blocks a creature with flying, it gets +2/+0 until the turn. Bog Badger, 3/3 Badger. Hey, Badger. For 3, I think we saw this one in not a previous pack today, but previous pack on a previous stream. Alright, Toxic Abomination, 3/2 for Exian Zombie for 2. When it ETBs, you lose 2 life. Alright, there's worse. Sunbathing Rootwalla, 2/2 creature lizard for 2. Domain 3. I'm not a fan of this domain mechanic. A little more gimmicky than I would like. And I like gimmicks. What do we got here? Zar Origin, Scion of... Alright. 4/4 Cat Warrior for 5. Whenever it becomes tapped, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with toughness less than the number of basic land types you control. No, I'm not. That's not going to see play with me. Cut down, instant for 1. Destroy target creature with total power and toughness 5 or less. Get rid of those mana dorks. Joda's Codex, it's an artifact for 5. Domain 5 and tap it, draw a card. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each basic land type among lands you control. That one's not impossible to see play. Senjir Connoisseur, 3/3 vampire for 5. Flying. When one or more other creatures die, put a +1/+1 counter on Senjir Connoisseur. Trigger this ability only once each turn. That last line pretty much kills it for me. Tatioga, Steward of the Tides, 3/3 Merfolk Druid for 3. Land creatures you control have flying. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if you control 7 or more lands, up to 1 target land you control becomes a 3/3 elemental creature with haste. It's still land. That's not bad at all. That could see some action. Well, that is the uncommon. Okay, we got a rare dual land here. Gotta love the pain land. Resolve of the Claw. 3/3. What is going on here? Yeah, it's fine, whatever. 3/3 Viashino Warlock for 3. It's got Menache. Tap it to add 2 mana, any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast dragon creature spells. Well, that's definitely going to see some play in my upcoming Dragon deck, I suppose. And trash card. Yeah, I'll put that right there. Alright. And let's get to the third and final pack of this video here. Okay. Another art card. More stained glass pretty things. I don't hate it. Okay, and ooh, this time we got a shiny mountain. Same art as the first one. Alright, Scout the Wilderness, sorcery for 3, kicker of 2. Search your library for a basic land card, put that in the battlefield, then shuffle. If it was kicked, create 2 1/1s. Maybe. Alright, token creation attached to some ramp. Captain's Call, sorcery for 4, create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. It's not impossible, but unlikely. Kelvin Strike Team, 3/1 human warrior for 3 with a kicker of 2. 1 ETBs. If it was kicked, create 2 1/1s. As long as Kelvin Strike Team enters the battlefield this turn, creatures you control have haste. Haste is pretty clutch. Take up the shield, instant for 2. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. Okay, nothing wrong with a little protection there. Hero's Heirloom, artifact equipment for 2. Equipped creature gets +2/+1. As long as equipped creature is legendary, it has trample and haste. Alright, that might see some play. Monstrous War Leech, Star Leech Horror for 4 with a kicker of 1 blue. As it ETBs, if it was kicked, mill 4 cards. Its power and toughness are equal to the highest mana value among cards in your graveyard. It seems like you'd have to build pretty specifically for that. Braid's Frightful Return. It's a Saga for 3 with read ahead. You may sacrifice a creature. If you do, each opponent discards a card. 2, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. 3, target opponent may sacrifice a non-land, non-token permanent. If they don't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. Not terrible. Some removal there, some recursion. Hey, look, another Tatiova. We just saw this one. Rough Weatherlight Stalwart. The legendary human wizard. 1/3 for 2. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control. If you do, draw a card. You can pay 5 and creatures you control get +1/+1 in vigilance until the turn. That could be handy. It's a little expensive though. Braids, Arisen Nightmare, 3/3 Nightmare for 3. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice an artifact, creature, or enchantment, or planeswalker, so basically any permanent, just about. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with it. For each opponent who doesn't, that player loses 2 life, and you draw a card. That's going to see some play for sure. Viashino Brantrider, 1/1 Viashino Warrior for 1, kicker of 3. If it was kicked, enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters. Can pay 3 and it's inflatable by 2. Meh. That's a common. What are you going to do? And we got a soldier token. Alright. Add the tokens to the side there. Alright, so that was what we opened. When we come back, we're going to see what might be usable in some of my decks. See you in a bit. Alright friends, we are back with some of the cards that I'm finding kind of interesting that I just might use in some of these decks here that I've either got built or will be building. So we'll start out with the Floriferous Vine Wall. It's a 0/2 plant wall defender for 2. So 0/2 for 2 is not great in Arcades, but when it ETBs, you go to the top 6 cards of your library, you may reveal a land card from among them and put it into your hand, the rest at the bottom of your library in the random order. That's the part that's really helpful because, you know, in those 6 cards, hopefully it helps to fix my lands if I get it early in the game, and then I'll be able to get Arcades out faster. So that might make its way in there. Again, another wall defender, locks down other creatures for 3. That's not bad at all. That can be really helpful when I'm attacking with some of my big stompies and they have big stompies of their own. I don't want my walls to die. I might be using this Clockwork Drawbridge here. Academy Wall, it's a 0/5 for 3 with Defender. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Trigger this ability only once each turn. It's a May ability, which is the nice part. So if I don't have Arcades yet, then I can pull some more cards. If I do have Arcades out, maybe I don't want to use it. But basically, 0/5, which is effectively a 5/5 in Arcades for 3, is not too bad at all. Take up the shield, an instant for 2. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It contains it gains lifelink and indestructible on the turn. That's just good protection. I mean, solid protection for 2. You don't know what's going to be coming after your commanders and the other cards in your deck. That's pretty solid right there. Najal the Stormrunner, 5/4 Ifrit Wizard for 5. Maybe cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. When she attacks, you may pay 2, he or she, I can't tell. You may pay 2 if you do. When you cast your next instant sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets with the copy. Yeah, if you wanted to make a spell slinger deck, I don't have one that I've built. Maybe this is the commander, maybe this goes in it. Not sure yet. To Inferno, against, you can copy spells for 2, or give double strike. This might be good in that deck. It also might be good in a big attacky deck, something like maybe dragons, I don't know. Cut down, destroy target creature with total power and toughness 5 or less. This is going to help get rid of some pesky creatures, might even help get rid of some commanders for 1 at instant speed. That's pretty decent. Rivaz of the Claw, 3/3 Viashino Warlock for 3 with Menache. Tap it to add 2 mana in a combination of colors. Use this to spend this only to cast dragon creature spells. And that's going to be real helpful when I build that Dragon deck that I've been saying that I'm going to build for the last 2 years. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a dragon creature spell from your graveyard. Again, that'll be real helpful in there. Whenever you cast a dragon creature spell from your graveyard, it gains when this creature dies, exile it. Whatever, it's getting a second life, even if it's a short one. Tatiola, Steward of Tides, 3/3 Merfolk Druid for 3. Land creatures you control have flying. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if you control 7 or more lands, up to 1 target land you control becomes a 3/3 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land. So land creatures that can fly. My lands can fly. I do want to build a Lands Matter deck. This might make it in there. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. Joda's Codex, it's an artifact for 5 with domain 5, tap it to draw a card. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each basic land type you control. Like I said, I'm building an Dragon deck. I've got a couple of other Wooburg decks, including a Slivers deck and a Legends Matters deck. So this could be helpful among that, in that, to be able to get some more cards in play, or at least in my hand. Hero's Heirloom, it's an artifact equipment for 2. Equipped creature gets +2/+1 as long as equipped creature is legendary. It has trample and haste. Equip 2. This may go in a Legends Matter deck, or it may go in the upcoming Halvar equipment deck. It only costs 2 to come out. It equips for 2, so that's a pretty decent price there. It's not bad at all. It'll get out there quickly. It'll get on there quickly, and it'll give creatures double strike as Halvar does. Alright, so that's all I got. Like, subscribe, all the usual stuff. Throw a comment, let me know what you think. Did something go by? Did some of those rares that I saw go by not make it into my decks and you feel like they should? Let me know what you think. Peace.